In India, in the last 20 years, 300,000 farmers have committed suicide. Everybody says, oh, it's because of the bank loan, it's happened because of this, because of that. I'm asking you, any one of you, or all of you, if you were a farmer, you were on the land, whatever loans you have, whatever troubles you have, if not for commercial purpose, even if you could grow food for your own family, would you kill yourself? Hello?
No.
Definitely not, isn't it? In Africa, the problem is migration. By 2032, it is expected there will be a migration of 1.2 billion people from across the world to urban centers. In India alone, 220 million people will migrate. Why are people migrating? If there was food on the land, why would they go somewhere? When people migrate in unplanned ways, because the countries that you mentioned, this is a massive problem in southern Europe, where when people drag their wives and children and try to go to another land where they don't know the language, they don't know how to live, how to survive, nothing, simply they're coming. What happens to children and women in this whole journey is most horrendous. And how they get exploited when they come to this new place is unspeakable. Terrible things are happening. Everybody keeps their mouth shut because these people have no identities, they have no ID card, nobody knows who they are, whether they live or die, there is no account of any kind. So this is happening. If you want to prevent this, if we want to stem migration, people who consciously migrate to some other place, it's their choice. But people who are forced to migrate because there is no food to eat in the place they are, that's not a fair thing. Food must always grow where people are. It's very, very important, not somewhere else. So this migration itself can be a massive disaster in the next 8 to 10 years. 1.2 billion people moving. The media will only report the number of deaths on the way. Nobody can report the suffering that people go through, the humiliations that they go through, the debasement that happens to women and children. These things can never be recorded by anybody. Only deaths will be counted, that also we don't know.
So what can we do?
No, it's not to draw a doomsday picture. Why we are doing this journey, why this movement is. Because we are a unique generation, we are in a place, we are in a cusp of time right now. If we act now with the right kind of policies, why I'm insisting on policies, see, let's say you own some land, I own some land, you take really good care of your land, I do the same. But what is the guarantee the next generation won't mess it up, as we have already? So only if it's instituted in the policy, it is ensured that forever, sustainably, the land will stay that way. For example, in every city there will be an old part of the city. I do not know much about Berlin, but I'm sure you will know. There will be an old part of the city where homes are built in such a way, wall to wall, they're built. Do you have such a segment of Berlin somewhere?
I'm new here as well, I believe we do, yeah.
So there will be one place everywhere in every city, old cities, where there's no concept of a window in the house. There's only one door to go in and come out. In every city there will be some part like this. Why did this happen? Because there were no laws. But today if you have 10,000 square feet of land in Berlin city, you can't build 10,000 square feet. You can only build 6,000 or 7,000 square feet, whatever is the law. Some space you have to allow for yourself, your neighbor and all this stuff. If you build more, they will come and demolish it. But if you have 100 acres of agricultural land, you can plow every inch of it. And in 10 years' time, you turn it into a desert. Nobody will ask you, why have you done this? Soil is not our property. Soil is a legacy we have received from the past. We must pass it on in its living condition to the future generations. Right now, the soil or the food that we are consuming, everybody, every one of us should be conscious of this. The food that we are consuming is actually not even belonging to the next generation that is already here. It belongs to the unborn child. Eating up the food allotted for the unborn child, in my emotion, feels like a crime against humanity to me. An unborn child who has no way to defend himself or herself, you already eat up their food, when they come there is no food here. This is a real crime against humanity. But that's exactly what we're doing, simply because everybody, last 2 years I've been traveling, 25 years we've been doing this work. Last 2 years particularly I've been traveling and meeting various people, government officials, ministers, variety of people, and scientists.
Any
What I
success?
see is…
Change, any success there? Are they open for that kind of
Yes,
change?
what I see is everybody knows what's the problem and everybody knows what's the solution. Everybody says, Sadguru, yes, it must be done. But then I realized everybody knows the problem, everybody generally knows the solution. They were just waiting for an idiot to bell the cat. Here I am.
It's so important. It is the most important message of our time, I believe, and it's so great that you're doing this on a motorbike. I really hope you love riding a motorbike, by the way, because this journey sounds absolutely incredible. I asked your team how many are riding with you. They said nobody. It's always you by yourself on the bike.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I believe I was told.
This is part of keeping social distance.
Of course,
If you ride,
this is
no,
what we
not
do.
this. Motorcycle, if you ride fast, nobody's around.
You can go as fast as you like. You don't need to pay attention to any slow drivers. You get to get there and speed it all up. Speaking of which, I was told I have to keep some time to leave questions from the audience. I don't know if this is the right time to do this, but if any of you have any questions, you can start raising your hand and we can take questions from whoever would like. Okay, I'll start with this guy today.
In a question at the top. I don't have enough time. 10 minutes will pass.
Oh, he's getting the mic. Okay.
Namaskaram, Sadguru.
Oh, sorry. Please, if you could mention your name and where you're from.
My name is Vikram. I'm from India. Going down to Sadguru's feet.
Where is it?
Why are you copying a question?
Actually, I'm prepared and I don't want to forget any line asking in my question, Sadguru. I'm sorry for this. So, my question is not directly on soil, but definitely includes safe soil. Please allow me to speak for a couple of minutes.
No, just question, please.
Before I ask the question, I am the speed up.
Just question, please. There's so many people, all right?
Okay. So Sadguru, a yogi, mystic,
That everybody knows he's a yogi.
and missionary whose only business in the world is human well-being. So, Sadguru at 65 years of age,
Come to the
a
question.
lone motorcyclist
Don't disclose my age to everybody.
risking his life, bike riding 100 days, 30,000 kilometers across 24 countries in European cold, Arabian heat, and Indian rainy weather conditions for saving soil for the sake of present and future life on the Mother Earth. So my question, how do we make it happen? Or what does it take for a human being to become Sadguru? Or let's say, the entire humanity on the planet to become Sadgurus?
See, we are in a democratic setup in the world, largely. Most nations are democratically ruled. What this means is that actually in Tamil language, it is appropriately described. The word democracy in Tamil means Jananayakam. That means people's rule, or people are the rulers. That's what it means. That's what it is. So the most important thing about democracy is Whether you are a king or a pauper, whether you have a full brain or a half brain, you're a guru or no guru, you're a man or a woman, whatever you are, you just got only one vote. Hello? One person, only one vote. So at least on one level, everybody is leveled out. After that they can climb, somebody's, upper region, somebody in the lower regions. That happens in a society, you can't help, and it's okay. But every 5 years, everybody is leveled down because everybody has only one vote and you also have one vote. Vote, I will leave it to you, what your discretion is about how you use your vote, I will leave that to you. I don't want to get political. But your voice is as important as your vote. Your voice is also a mandate for the government. Till now, in any country, just in any country, have people express, at least 60% of the voting population, have they expressed that we are concerned about the long-term issues of this nation? No, they're just asking, we want 1% discount in tax, we want this benefit, that benefit. And that's what they're getting. The whole administration and policy making is always about taxes, petrol price, this price, that price. This is all the entire world's economy is discussing about. Once in a way, in these UN-related, agencies having these conferences, there they're talking about how to fix the world. But everybody has learned to attend conferences and go back home. Conference attending itself has become one kind of profession these days, Really. I used to, at one time, I was attending a lot of these world peace conferences, there are lots of them happening. One world peace conference I went to, I don't want to mention the place or the name because there are too many prominent people there. There were 42 Nobel laureates in the conference, peace conference. Then I'm like this, I will go and sit in the front row because I want to listen to every word. I'm not going there for entertainment. So this was going on the second or third day, afternoon at 2 o'clock, one